because I'm pathetic. Hello everybody, I'm Katie, welcome to the Book Buddies, and today's video is going to be kind of a wrap-up TBR. It's more of a TBR than a wrap-up because I only read one book in August, but it's also kind of a September, what is it called, releases video, sort of, because I think one of them at least has already come out. I forgot my phone and it's got the list of them. Oh, hold on. Okay. I had to climb up onto my bed. Okay. But anyway, so for the TBR I read Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. It is a graphic novel and it is a really good little book. I mean, I loved the art style. I mean, it was odd, but it was cartoony and like good, you know what I mean? But the premise sort of this book is this girl right here with the flappies with the wings is Nimona, and she becomes the henchman of Ballister Blackheart, which is this dude, and he's kind of the villain, and together they set out to show everyone that the hero, Ambrosius Goldenloin, which is the strangest name ever, who is this dude, is not so heroic, or not as heroic as everybody thinks, and also the place that, the organization that this dude works for is not really protecting them like they should be. Other than that, I can't really tell you because it's spoilery, but Nimona is a, what is that called, shapeshifter, and she's a shapeshifter if you couldn't tell by her wings, and it was just a really good story. I mean, I really can't tell you without going into detail and spoiling stuff, but it's really good. I loved the art style. It was kind of weird. Like, one thing, her hair is, to me, red, but I think it's supposed to be pink. It looks red to me though, but they keep talking about how she's pink, so I guess she has pink hair, and I'm colorblind, which isn't so good if you're an artist. But yeah, so that was like the only thing I found weird really about it. Like, I mean, other than the simple story it being a little bit strange, was that I thought her hair was pink, like red the whole time, and then they said something about her being pink, and I was like, oh, I'm stupid. But anyway, if you want to get into graphic novels, I would recommend this one because it's in an easy to read comic form. So it's pretty easy to follow, it's pretty easy to read. It gets a little feelsy, which I wasn't expecting, but it's still really good. So, you know, give it a try. I'm gonna try and get her, I think Lumberjanes is the other one that she's done. I'm gonna try and get that one. I've heard that that one isn't as good, but I still want to read it. I might even just read it at Barnes & Noble instead of buying it. Just read it at Barnes & Noble. It still counts. It still counts. I'm still putting it on Goodreads. And then the other thing that I read in August, I didn't finish, so I'm not really saying that it is in August, like in the wrap-up, but I read most of House of Hades. I mean, I have like 40 pages left, but I am saving this for when I get the Blood of Olympus. That way I can just finish it and then go on into the Blood of Olympus, and I won't be sitting there drowning in myself because I don't know what happens next, and I'm just so sad about what happened in this one. I stupidly read the last sentence of the book. I didn't do it intentionally, But I just was like flipping, and I got to the last page, and I looked down and I read it, and I was like, ah, crap. Because I had already gotten to the point in the book where I knew what that meant, and I was just like, are you kidding me? Why did I do that? So, I mean, and before I had done that, I was kind of wallowing in my self-pity and sadness and then of this book because of this book, and then I read that, and I just like fell deeper into my wallowing, which was dumb, I know, but so far, like, I am really I love this book. It has the creepiest or the strangest descriptions of Tartarus, and I liked the descriptions of Tartarus, and I like the descriptions of the monsters coming back to life and all that stuff, and I really liked the character development. I thought the character development was really well handled in this book, especially for Leo, Frank, and Nico. Those three were just great in this book so far. I mean, I'm not done yet. And they did kind of push Piper to the side, which I was a little bit sad about because I do really like Piper. I mean, I don't like her as much as everybody else, but I think she only had like one section in the book. And you know how like they kind of, it goes Percy, Annabeth, Frank, like, you know what I mean? And then it just kept repeating, and then it was Piper once, and then it just went back to its normal thing, so I don't know. But I really loved this. I'm really loving this book. Oh, so much, so much. And then when I get Blood of Olympus, I'm planning on rereading the whole, like, I'm probably going to just reread the whole series before I get to Magnus Chase, but, so I probably should have waited to read this one. I really wanted to read this one. But I'm probably gonna reread them all, and then I'll give you a, what is that called? A review of the entire series, and I might even go back all the way to the Percy Jacksons and just read all of them. Read all, how many are there? There's 5 in this one, and then there's 5, so 10 books, and just go through all of them, not like book to book to book to book, but like, I mean, in the review, not just be like every book gets a review, but a review of the entire series and my love for this series. Oh. So that might be happening, depends. And then I'll probably do a review of Magnus Chase when I read it. I know I haven't done a review, so I'm gonna have to try and figure out how to do them. Hopefully these won't suck. They probably will, but hopefully not. But I need to stop with all the Percy Jackson and Rick Riordan and all that stuff, because if I don't, I'm just gonna keep going on and on and on forever. But anyway, so the first 2 books that I have for my September TBR are House of Hades and The Blood of Olympus. Maybe Blood of Olympus. I'm not sure yet. I'm really not sure on these 2, because I need to go through all of them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, had this whole discussion already. Anyway, and then the next books that I plan on reading in September are, I want to read Greek Heroes, Percy Jackson's Greek Hero, or this is Greek Gods, not Greek Heroes, because I read through all the Titans and then I stopped, and I haven't read any farther into it, so I want to get back on that and finish that one. And then there are a couple of others that I want to read this month that I don't own yet, like Hollow City, because Library of Souls comes out this month. So I want to read that one, and then I also plan on reading, where is it? Oh, I'm gonna continue on with A Game of Thrones. I've gotten a little bit farther into it, not much, not enough to update my Goodreads, unfortunately, because I'm intimidated to heck with that book. And also, I want to, and so far, those are all the books on my September TBR. So we've got The Blood of Olympus and finishing House of Hades. If, you know, yeah, anyway, I plan on finishing that, but I'm probably going to go back and reread everything before I get to that, so who knows, it might be the entirety of Percy Jackson, it might just be those 2 books. I don't know. If I do read the entirety, I'm probably going to do the review, like I said, but I want to be able to read all of them before Magnus Chase comes out. Reread all of them before Magnus Chase comes out, so I might wait. So I might add all of the Percy Jacksons to this month, just so that I can finish them by October, which I think is when Magnus Chase comes out. And then I also have the Game of Thrones and Hollow City, so I should be good, which Hollow City, by the way, is the second book in the Miss Peregrine's trilogy or series. If you didn't know that, is by Ransom Riggs. And then on to the September releases that I plan on getting or want to get, and number 1 is The Library of Souls by Ransom Riggs. It comes out September 22nd. These aren't really in an order, these are just how I wrote them, but I'm going to be like saying, because there's 1, 2, 3, there's only 4 on here. There should be more than that. No, yeah, there's just 4. And that's the 3rd book in the Miss Peregrine's series. I've heard that it could either be a series or a trilogy. I haven't, nobody has told me specifically if it is just a trilogy or if it's going to be more, because I've been hearing people say that that it's the last book, and then I've heard people saying that there could possibly be a book after it. I don't know for sure. But the next book on here, number 2, it comes out the same day, is The Sleeper and the Spindle by Neil Gaiman. And this one is, I think it was already published in a thing of short stories, but this one is illustrated and it's coming out on its own. I can't remember who's illustrating it. I should have written it down, but I didn't. And I think it's a retelling of Sleeping Beauty and Snow White, like, kind of meshed together, so I'm really interested, and I just love Neil Gaiman's writing, so I want to have a Neil Gaiman collection. I need to start buying more of his books, really, because I've only got 1, and I need more. Okay, and then the next book is already out. It is The Copper Gauntlet by Holly Black. Oh gosh. Ain't no Holly Black girl. No, not that. Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. It's the 2nd book in the Magisterium series, which I read The Iron Trial last year, or no, I read it this year, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I am so pumped for the Copper Gauntlet. Like, I want that now. Just give it to me. Just give it to me. And then the last one I have on here is The Sleepwalker's Tonic by Jason Segel, which is the 2nd book, or is the sequel to the Nightmares book that I read last year. This comes out, Tuesday? I think? Tuesday. It's the 8th, and today is the 6th. So yeah, Tuesday. And if I do buy this one, I'm probably going to wait till Halloween to read it, because I'm going to, like, put my more Halloween books all into October and just read a whole bunch of those then. And Magnus Chase, if I can get it. Hopefully I can get it. Finances, guys. Finances. I need some. But anyway, those are all the books that I have for today. And so, we've got my wrap-up, which was Nimona, and most of House of Hades. And then you have my TBR, which could possibly be the entirety of the Percy Jackson world. Or so far, I don't have Greek heroes. If I had Greek heroes, it could be the entirety of the Percy Jackson world, but I don't have Greek heroes, so it's not really. And then the book that I've been reading for like 4, 5, 6 or 7 months now, haven't hardly gotten any farther on, and Hollow City if I can buy it. So, we will see. I will probably be having a haul this month because like I said, there's a bunch of books that I want to get, and I don't want to ask for 40 books for Christmas because the last time I did that I didn't get any of them. So, but yeah, so we'll see how this goes. And next week I will probably be putting up a tag of some sort. I'm not sure yet. We will see about that because I'm really bad at planning ahead. Anyway, that was all I had to tell you about my book things. And, oh, I forgot. Me and Kayleen created an Instagram, so we have one for our channel, and I will leave that link down below. It's just BookBuddies87. You can follow us. We don't post a whole lot. It's mostly just updates about what we're reading, or I think she did like sort of updates on what she was reading during the booktubeathon, kind of, sort of. And so, yeah, there's only like 5 posts on there. We should probably, I should probably get on that anyway. I don't know about, I don't know. I can't speak for Kayleen, so, because we're not the same person. Which is probably a good thing, because our brains melted together would not go well. That would just drive us insane. Anyway, that was really random. Anyway, that was all I had to tell you in this video. I will see you next week. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram if you so wish. And I will see you all later. So, I'll do my outro with this one. Into a place where I've already read, so I don't read anything spoilery. Anyway, I will see you all later. Goodbye. Blah.